everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video today, I'm going to be reading a bunch of Kindle Unlimited books. I don't really know which ones I'm going to be reading. I've already started this. I've read 2 of the books, and I'm going to read a couple more, but I'm really enjoying it so far, and it's just going to be a fun time, and I'm just going to be like gushing over fun little romances, and it's going to be great. So let's just hop, skip, jump into it. So I'm halfway through Ties of Starlight. I'm enjoying it so much. It's so easy and quick to go through, and I like this plot's very unique compared to other things that I read. Yeah, I think the romance is sweet. I love like how Indania's head just works and how she's just so anxious, and like how that plays into it. Like that character dynamic is working really good. And yeah, it's not fair that it's this good, but it is, so I'll survive. How they're handling the bond, like it's just like I don't know, like his control over it is just so sweet and enduring. I don't know, it just makes me happy. I finished Ties of Starlight last night, and it was very good. Yeah, I really enjoyed reading it. It's very fun, very quick, very easy read. I don't think it's Celeste Baxendale's best work, but I do think it hit the spot of her works, you know? I think her character dynamics were really fun. I think the plot was really interesting, and yeah. I think I had a hard time with the plot twist. Like, they're good plot twists, and they're not necessarily not laid out. They don't feel fully fleshed out in a way. And I feel like a lot of the ideas in this book weren't fully fleshed out, which is a bummer. But, you know, I still enjoyed it. I think the characters could have been a little more solid. I think that the dude, I don't know how to figure out how to say his name. It's like so many N's. But the dude, he could have had more of a personality. Like mostly what his personality trait was loving Indania. And yeah, but I really enjoyed reading it. It was really fun. It's just a nice, good read. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. Like, I just really enjoyed reading it, and for that I would recommend the book, even though it has a couple like pitfalls. I am over halfway through Wooing the Witch Queen. I think it's very sweet. It's very just like a silly, goofy, fun time. I'm interested in seeing how the reveals will go, because just like there's a lot of reveals. I should explain the plot of this. So what's happening is there's this like Archduke dude, and he's like very controlled by his like uncle / stepfather, I think. Not really sure. Not stepfather, father-in-law. Like, I don't really know. It's kind of weird. And so he decides he's gonna run away. So he runs away to the Witch Queen, and she's like, I had to deal with another dark wizard. He's not a dark wizard. She just assumed because he's running around in a dark cloak. And he just kind of goes along with it for survival. And now they are falling in love, and he's organizing her library. And I don't know, they're a cute couple. I think they play off each other good. Like, their strengths and confidences are good. One kind of weird thing is, like, his dead wife. Like, it is a thing, and it keeps coming up, but it just kind of, he doesn't, I don't know, it just feels a little off that he has a dead wife, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't really know, but I don't know, it's fun to read. Not a lot of change of scenery in this vlog so far, just like my pink wall, a little bit of my bed, but you know, that's okay. I finished Wooing the Witch Queen. It was really sweet and fun and just a delight in general. And yeah, I think the characters in this book were a little more solid than in Ties of Starlight. I think, like, the book felt a little more solider, you know, just, like, in how the characters were responding. I think it was very silly, very cute. I don't know, it's just, like, a nice little romance book to read, and I think that accurately describes it. I think it's really funny how, like, the little things they're obsessed with, like, the dude just loves fountain pens, and everyone makes fun of him for it because they're so expensive. I just love that. It's just so cute. What else did I like about this book? I liked how enamored and respectful they were of each other, like love interest. I love how the reveal was handled. I think, like, there's that shock, but the anger quickly went away, and there's like, I don't know, it didn't feel like lying, you know, like sometimes you read a book and it's just like, don't lie to each other, but like this book, it didn't feel like these secrets were it. It's just like, I'm just not gonna tell you all the information. Like, it's still, like, sometimes that feels really stressful to me, but in this book it wasn't. Just high compliment. Yeah, I think it's so cute. It was also funny because, like, every time something came up in the beginning, he was like, good thing I had tutors in this area since I was very young. And yeah, this book did have a lot of, like, repetitive phrases, but, you know, I just feel like that's kind of the thing you strap into when you read a book like this. So if you don't like that at all, then why are you in this genre? But yeah, I don't know, it's cute, it was fun, it's what I was looking for. And yeah, I'm gonna read another book now. I'm reading so much today. I finished Starlight last night, just before midnight. I finished Harry Potter this morning, which I've been reading all week. And then I've read Wooing the Witch Queen, and now I'm gonna read this next one. I have 2 books in mind for this vlog. So yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna be reading, like, Willow of the Harvest or something. I don't know, you just saw it. And I looked at the author's name because I was screenshotting the cover before I started reading, and I was like, wait a minute, Kayla, I think I've read some of her books before. I have, and I don't tend to love them. I read her one from the Hope Ever After series. I read her Cursed Kingdom series, not all of it, but some of it. Yeah, I think my general problem with her is that, like, she has really good concepts, and, like, it starts off really good, and then the second half of the book is just like she got over the book, you can kind of tell, and I'm scared, guys. Hopefully my fears are unfounded. But it's so incredibly cheesy, and, like, how this author writes annoys me greatly. Like the scene cuts, and, like, in the middle of a scene and we're having an important conversation, and we just stop to talk about pumpkins and how she loves how the wild pumpkins smell. It's so long to talk about the pumpkins, and, like, yeah, this is a fall theme book. We don't need to have it in the middle of a conversation, like, scene breaks. But the relationship's cute, and yeah, I don't know, it's cute. I like the relationship, I like the characters. I just don't like how it is written. Always surprised? Not particularly, but we'll survive. What this book is about. So there's this girl, her name is Willow, and there's this guy, his name is Thomas, and Willow lives in the woods, and, like, everyone hates her because she looks so different. She has white hair. And so she lives in the woods because everyone hates her. And then, but Thomas doesn't hate her. He is desperately in love with her and is very obvious about it. And he's like, I write your name on the pumpkins, which is a weird thing. And it hasn't come, it's come up a couple times, but I don't know. It's a weird thing. And she's just like, silly Thomas. He's just so nice to me. But he, like, loves her. And yeah, that's what's going on in this. And they got stuck in this weird wood thing, and they like each other, but Willow won't admit it, and that's where our things are, and I think we're gonna find about like where Willow came from or something. I don't know. This by saying that the characters and the romance so adorably cute. Everything. Oh, the side characters, not side characters. The side character animals. Lovely, very fun, very whimsical, very cute. Everything else I don't like. The prose suck. The way the characters talk is so annoying because it's like they're trying to be quotes. They're like, it's like this book wants to be one of those children's stories where the point of it is like a moral, like a parable, a fable, and like how the characters talk is a lot like that, and so annoying. They're like, you must love yourself, it doesn't matter what others think, and then she'll be like talking to him later and she's like, it's okay and it's not, and just like, I don't know. And they're like relationships so healthy that it's fake, and it annoys me. I am upset. And like I said, I don't mind their relationship. I think they're a cute couple, and I don't know what they do works, but just knowing the other things the author writes, and like the king was so annoying. The characters talked like real humans. This book would be so much better, and the characters would be less annoying. Like the side characters annoy me so much, except for Clover. I think Clover, the little squirrel, is so cute and funny. That was beautiful. But yeah, I think how the scenes were structured kind of sucked. I think the pumpkin carving thing ended up being cute. But yeah, like, it's a sweet story. It's very quick, easy to read. Like, it's only like 2 hours. But would I recommend? No. I'm gonna do little recommendations after this, but I know better ugly duckling retellings, so just stay in tune for those maybe. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I wish I liked this book. I feel like if this Kayla Eshra lady wrote better, I would love her books so much. I just so hate her prose. I just really hate them, and it makes me sad because I like see her little books pop up for me on recommendations. I'm like, oh, this concept sounds amazing, and then I look and I'm like, oh, me and this author just don't mesh, and it's sad. It's so sad. And I always talk about the books I don't like them more than the ones I do, and that is even sadder than me not liking this book. So much is going on in this first chapter. Okay, first of all, the book references very clearly inspired by Cruel Prince, very clearly inspired by Harry Potter. We got some Anna Green Gables inspiration in this like first chapter. I think it'll become less obvious as the book goes on. But also just so much is going on, like, and also, why is he a vampire? Why is this all going on? I don't know what it is. Kind of funny how much is going on right now. I'm just in the first chapter, so I'm gonna update you. But it is a dual POV book, which is fun. I wasn't really expecting that. So yeah. Also, why is his eyes red? I don't like when their eyes are red. Why? Why are we doing that? Why? Red eyes are creepy. Is Bronwyn? I didn't realize it because I didn't read the little name heading. Her name's Bronwyn. Very weird name, if you ask me. I don't know. I thought it was like a descriptive word, so I looked it up and it's like white raven, white beast, in like Welsh or something. I don't know. Why this name? I don't know. This book is weird. A lot going on. Just like, that's what this book feels like. The author's like, joy. I'm kind of liking it, I think. I don't know. Halfway through the book now. Let me see. It's funny. It's cute. It's quick. It's like 150 pages. So it's like really easy to read. is it anything spectacular? No, I think, like, where's its inspiration? Like, it's just, it feels like a story in the head got onto the page, and it wasn't thought out more than much in the head. Like, you know, like, not to insult the author, because I think it's so hard to get the stories in your head out onto page, but it feels like the stories I come up with in my head, and that I just want them to be in my head, but like, it's fun pulling in the aspects from the books that I'm reading and enjoying, and just imagining my own world with the characters, and they're doing their thing with their personalities. And that's kind of what this book feels like. And I'm very happy to be in this author's head, but I'm reading it and I'm just like, the skill, like the prose aren't that great. Better than Willow and the Harvest Moon. Like, I'm not angry like I was reading that. It's not preachy, it's just tropey in a way, but not very tropey or anything. And maybe just because I don't read very many vampire type stories, but that is what I'm thinking. I want to show off my friend's little cheesecake that she made. She gave a speech today in our speech class, and it was about the culinary thing, and then she gave out little treats. This is her cheesecake. I ate half her parfait already. She is amazing, so shout out to Amina. You impressed me greatly, and you're never going to see this, but you impressed me. But yeah. Any more thoughts on the book? I'm not buying their relationship yet. I'm scared about how this is going to end. Like, it's very short, so I'm just wondering how we are going to be able to tie everything up. If that makes sense. Well, it does make sense. But if you're following my drift. But yeah. That should be that. I'll update you. I'm wearing her collarbone right now, and it is hilarious. What do I want to say about it? I think the plot was fun, and it wrapped up really good. I'm happy with how it went, the plot-wise. Romance-wise, I am sad. I don't know why these characters like each other. They just do. And they just stopped hitting each other out of the blue for no real reason other than the fact that they needed to help each other. But really, did they need to? Did they need to? No. He just was like, if she died, I don't think I'd like that. So I'm gonna write this note. And then he's just like, I'm just gonna kiss her, you know? I don't want her to die. Like, that's all he decided. He just didn't want her to die. And I don't think he really wanted anyone to die. And I don't know why they got together. I don't know why. Also, maybe it would help if they have more personality traits, but they don't. And I feel like this is making it sound like I hated the book. I don't think I did. I liked it more than Willow the Moon Harvest. But I think Willow the Moon Harvest is, like, technically better. It's more unique. But I don't know, this just felt like a silly time. It was just a chill thing. It was just relax, you know? Also, I want to talk about the names. Why are their first names like last names? Why is his name Wilder and her name Rowan? I do not approve. Nay, I do not. Also, why vampires? Why? I don't know. But it was fun. I really, like, this is a book you read for the plot. And the plot was silly and goofy and ridiculous. Would I recommend this book? No. Did I have a good enough time? Yes. So I'm halfway through the book, and it's cute. It's good. I'm really enjoying it. It's actually well written, which is such a contrast to the other books I was reading. Like, when a book isn't well written, it's kind of like just eating it up, and this is like a savoring eating it up, and it's just like a different feeling, and it's great. It's great, and it's really fun. I really like how, like, the characters play off each other, and, like, actions have reactions, and you just kind of dwell in it, and people reflect on what's going on, and that's really nice. The characters are so well done. And, like, you can kind of see, like, how the parents treat one sister is also reflected in how they treat the other sisters and brother, and, like, the hypocrisy in the mother and the flamboyance of it. And you can see the frustrations rising, and, like, not everything's all sunshine and sunshine and rainbows, and it's just beautiful. I wasn't expecting it to have 3 POVs and, like, this little love triangle aspect in it, but that's okay. It's fun. I'm having a good time. I really like this third POV that we have. I should tell you what this is about. So this guy, he's a doctor, so he obviously has terrible handwriting, and he writes a love letter to the, like, most popular girl in the little town thing they have, kind of thing, like the Pride and Prejudice town. And he, like, writes her a little letter, and he's like, I love your eyes, I love you, and then he signs it, and then his R, like, could look like a P. And, like, really everyone knows it's an R, but when the sister Rosanna tosses aside the love letter because she's just like, whatever, I don't care about this dude, I got 20 other guys. But she looks at the ribbon and is like, this is my sister Prudence's favorite color, I'll give her the ribbon. And she accidentally gives her the letter too, because she just lets the maid handle it. And then the mother comes in and is like, that love letter is for you. And, like, everyone wants Prudence to be able to get with this guy, because Prudence is 27 and she is nowhere near as pretty as Rosanna, and, like, society kind of just put her to the side. She just hangs out on the walls. She's got no bows, whatever it's called. And then Prudence is like, oh my goodness, I guess you're right, Mom, it's for me. And she's like, she argues about it for a while, but she decides to let it be. And then she goes to the ball, and then Dr. Humphrey, which is the dude, he's like, oh, he's flabbergasted. He doesn't know what to do. So he just, like, makes an excuse about being tired from work and then leaves. And then he goes home and he's like, what should I do? And his solution is to just be so boring and just, like, show, like, surely me and Prudence, we are not suited for each other. And so he decides he's gonna court her until she decides, because he still wants to get with Rosanna. And yeah, so yeah, and the reveal of the letter thing happened sooner in the book than I was expecting, and I'm kind of excited about that, because that leaves a lot of doors open for the book. And I don't know, it's just like, I feel like there's more opportunities to be granted, and this book is so good so far. I'm so excited about it, and I don't know, I'm hoping to finish it today, hopefully, but you never know, and I'm excited to see who everyone ends up with. I'm hoping, which might not be the case considering all the POVs, but I'm hoping we'll get, this is like a little series thing, and we get a book from Rosanna and a book from the sister Catherine, because I want to see, like, her trauma, because, like, she wants to talk to Prudence a lot, but Prudence, she's a busy lady. She handles her household affairs. Her parents want her to be doing things, and she's got her own life, but her sister Catherine really wants to talk to her, and she's like, she really looks up to Prudence. And I want to see how that goes. I want to see how Benjamin grows up. I want to see, and I'm hoping it's all a series with the whole family. I'll check right now. Series. I'm so excited. I finished Accidental Courtship. Love it so dang on much. Okay, it is lovely. I think the romance is hella cute. I think the exploration of characters is so good. I think how the characters play together and, like, bounce off each other, and how, like, actions really affect each other is done so well. One disappointment, we didn't get to see what was going on with Catherine. Like, we never got that resolution, but yeah. Another disappointment is I feel like the romance could have been explored more, especially for earlier on. But I think overall it was really cute, and I think, like, the focus on Rosanna and Prudence's relationship was really good, and I think that's really the main point of the book. And the romance, like, there's two plots, and the romance kind of takes a sideline to that. And like, I signed up for a romance book, so in a way I'm sad, but also like that plot was so good. That plot, like, I don't know, it's just beautiful. I loved it. I gave the book 5 stars. Like, there was things that could have been fixed, but I don't know, like, I rate based on instinct, and my instinct said 5 stars. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do like a little vlog with the other books by this author, so maybe a couple from this series, from her other series, because I do those author vlogs sometimes, so I think this will be a fun one. But yeah, letters. Oh yeah, I'm gonna recommend books later. But yeah, I'm not gonna continue with this author in this video, so let's click on over to the new one. Here it is again. I just read Effie, and it's like the first scene in the book, and she's smelling this stew, and he smells like lemons. That means he smells like generic cleaner, and that's so funny to me. Like, when I think cleaner, I think of the smell of lemons, citrusy, and he smells like lemons. So I feel like we just spray him with a spray. And this is a fantasy world, they don't have to spray like we do, but he smells like that spray in my head now. Okay, so I'm like halfway through, and once again, like, the plot is pretty interesting. How it is, the characters, they're okay. How it is written is a little annoying. I feel like things move along too quickly. I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like the connection is a little over exaggerated right now. It's kind of disappointing, but I love the plot. The plot is great. Like, the reveals are going great, like the addition of things is good. But so this, let me explain something. This was originally like a serialized thing, so it was published weekly, and I think you can really tell that in how it is written. And I feel like a lot of the issues I'm having with it would have been solved by reading it in the weekly format rather than this as an actual novel, which is disappointing, but at least I still get to experience the story. That's what I'm gonna say for now. I should explain the plot. Let me take a bite of this. So what's happening is, this girl, she is literally at her wedding. Like, if you know my character Daneshka, think that moment, okay? And she looks at her husband-to-be, and she is like, who the F are you? Who the F am I? And so then she kicks him in the balls and runs away. And then she steals the horse, and then she gets to this crossroads, and then she gets off her horse, and the horse runs away. And then she goes to this guy, and she's like, dude, how do I get to the nearest town? And he points to the way she just went. She's like, no, I cannot go that way. And he's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. The next town's like 3 days away. She's like, what am I supposed to do? Take me with you? And he's like, no. And she's like, yes. And she's like, no. And she's like, please. And he's like, okay. One day. It's a lot more than one day. He falls in love with her so quickly. And it's just like, she's trying to get her memories back. They're falling in love. The forest, there's something going on there. And like, I don't know how much I'm supposed to be telling you. I'm like 45% the way through. And so yeah, that's like the first half of this book. And then, yeah. The second half, things start going down. And it's kind of weird because like, I'm reading the chapters and I'm like, oh, the climax is about to happen, and oh, I need to make sure I'm checking in at the 50% point. Oh, I'm not even at the 50% point. So that's kind of my experience currently. The main dude, he smells like pine. The guy she was supposed to marry smells like lemons. the guy she was supposed to marry, has silver eyes. He, the guy that we actually like, he has gray eyes. I'm wondering if them twos are related. Like, they sound like they look similar, but not the same. But yeah. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say, but that is what is going on. And I feel like I'm not going to know if I like this book or not until the end. So let's hope the ending is really good and I like this book.
So what about a solitaire?
To the point where I think, oh, this is going to end so many times. And it just doesn't. It keeps going. We've taken down the bad guy. We figured out what she's done for her sister. She plans on marrying the dude. What else is going to happen? I'm like 280 pages into a 315-page book, I think. I'm 67% of the way through this book. That's a lot of book left. What are we doing? What are we doing right now? I don't know. No. I just don't know. What's the point? I don't care. Everything we set up before is completed. Do we need to go I don't know. Why is there so much left in this book? Why? I made it to the epilogue.
Prepare yourself for spoilers.
I did not like this book, if you just want my thoughts. And most of the thoughts are shared in those previous clips. But spoilers. There is spoilers. Very light spoilers. But there is spoilers ahead. So you are warned. I wish I could say I liked this book, but I don't. Why did the ending go on and on and on and on? Also, why did she go back to Alex? That's a bit of a spoiler, but she did. Why? That was so stupid, girl. Also, why is she queen? Why does she need both? I don't think so. No. I don't know. The concept was very interesting, and I think the first, 30% was very promising. But promising is not actually fulfilling. So, here we are. I'm not going to read the sequel. I don't like how it was written. I think things much of what I said in the beginning is still true. I don't like things move too quickly. I think that the characters weren't really real enough for my taste. I don't like how they talked to each other. I don't know, it just felt fake. How things were written, it made it feel fake. Things moved too quick. Characters made stupid decisions for no apparent reason. I really don't know why she did that. I really don't know why she went back. That was so stupid of her. And for what? Why? She didn't get what she wanted. She knew she wasn't going to get what she wanted. She's just like, well, I made a promise. No, girl. No. I don't agree with this book. Do not read this book. That was me thinking about what stars I'm going to give it. My first thought is 2. Sitting here talking to you about it's 1. I liked Willow of the Harvest Moon more. I'm so sad. The concept was so cool. Why do people ruin good concepts? This is, once again, I think this would have been way better if I had read it in the original format. And I feel like if you read fan fiction all the time, you might care less. If you read books that are made for this format more than I do, because when I'm reading a weekly format, it's webtoons. So if you read stuff like that more, I think you might enjoy it more because you're used to those kinds of issues. But I was wanting a book. I got short stories turned into a full novel, but I don't know. Also, her hair was different. It was stated before. But I don't know what's different about her hair. I'm pretty sure her hair is the same. I don't know. I don't know. Please save me from this book. Do not read this book. Save yourselves. I'm halfway through the book, and it is so sweet and very cute. I think the characters are so strong, like each like dual perspective, and each perspective is very unique, and you can really see like his shortness, and like he doesn't talk that much, and you can really tell that also in how he thinks and how he moves, and like he's very direct, and you can really tell how open and dreamy she is about the world. I think the lust is coming on a little quicker than I would like, but this is a novella, so I can live with that. And I don't know, it's just sweet, and I think the plot's really good so far, and the characters are amazing, and the prose, like, I keep using the word sweet, they're precious. The prose are precious, and they're nice, and they move things along quickly, but they're still enjoyable, you know? And it's just like capturing all those things I felt I was missing in those books I didn't like. I don't know, I'm happy. I should tell you what this book is about, but I don't want to right now. I finished it. It was so good. It was so good. It's ridiculous how good it is. So I just finished this morning, like 3 hours ago, Married by War, and it was amazing. Like, what right does it have to be that good? I think the characters were splendid. I think that the prose, like how it was written, was really good. Like the pacing was immaculate, and like I said this earlier in the other clip, but you could really tell the characters' different personalities and their different perspectives, and it was really gorgeous, really beautiful, and I just loved that. What else do I want to say about it? I mean, there's so much to say and so little time. Like, I think the characters were also really unique. Like, the male main character, his name was, I don't remember anymore. It was something with an H maybe. And he was like your typical, like, the idea of a brooding male protagonist, but he was really brooding. He's just really short and really direct, and like he was so socially awkward. Like the first conversation they have, he's like sitting there and she's talking to him, and she's like the sunshine character, right? And she's talking to him, and he's like, I want her to keep talking, but I don't know what to say. So he's just sitting there, and then she's not talking for, like, she pauses, as people do in the conversation, to let other people talk. And he's like, I nod to get her to talk more, and that works. It was just great. Like, he was an amazing character. In the sunshine, the main character, the girl, Iva, she was amazing. Like, she, like, you can tell that how her place in society has shaped her, and it's kind of interesting, like, if we think about it from like the nature versus nurture topic. Like, this is really random, but like she has a really commanding presence. Like, she can kind of direct people really well, and I think that's kind of like her royal blood seeping through, which is kind of fun. But she's not really the boss. She's like, she just connects with people so good. Like, I don't know, like when you think of a character everyone likes, sometimes it's just like, oh, you're the perfect little girl, but like you can kind of tell how she worked out, like she worked to gain those connections, and it's really beautiful. And like you can just see how her love pours into people and just like touches them, and it was really beautiful. And like they both love animals, and I don't know if the romance was as fleshed out as it could have been, but it's 150 pages. Is as fleshed out as it needed to be for that. And I think that just knowing the characters so well, we can see how they fit together so good that we don't need more than we were given. And I'm not saying that we weren't given enough, because I think we were. I think it was like perfect. It was so sweet and romantic, and like they're both so duty driven. It's just beautiful. I should tell you what this book was about. So, Married by War. So there's this war going on. I don't really know what the war's about. We're not told. And people, like, all the dudes are pretty much dead. Okay, if you were anywhere near close, old enough to go to fighting, you went, and you probably died. And then the Fae King, who they're with war against, he comes and he's like, there's a prophecy to end this curse, and it says I had to marry this kind of person. There's like this riddle thing, I don't remember it. And so you're gonna bring me a bride, and then I'll stop the war, and we won't have no more curse, and it'll be great. And everyone's like, what curse? The curse thing's kind of weird. I don't care. And then the council's like, who is it that we must marry? And then they remember the king had an illegitimate daughter born like one day after his actual daughter, and they're like, we think she fits the prophecy. And so then they go and they force her to marry him, and the dude. And they're traveling there, and they're moving really fast, and they're just like, they're falling in love. And they're moving, and they're both like, we can't fall in love. I just got to marry this Fae King, and he wants peace so bad, and she doesn't want to hurt the people. And they're like real characters, and they're such good people, and I don't know, I just loved it so much. I think this is my favorite out of the batch. Like, little spoilers for the tier ranking thing, but I think this is my favorite. And then just because this book just feels so perfect to me, and I think that An Accidental Courtship had some things that could have worked out more. Although I'm more interested in reading Accidental Courtship's author than I am Married by War's author, just from looking at their books, But yeah, I would really recommend. It's so quick read, such a quick read. It's so short, and it's so good, and the characters are amazing, and please read it. Please read Married by War. So I'm gonna go first to last. I'm gonna scoot over this way. So I'm gonna put something. Maybe I want to do it that way. Yeah, I'm gonna change the camera angle. First is going to be Married by War. That is definitely my favorite as a group. And then next is going to be An Accidental Courtship. So we kind of already talked about those. I think after that I would put Wooing the Witch Queen. I think once again this was better written than my next one, which will be Ties of Starlight. I'm going to compare those two. I think that Wooing the Witch Queen, the plot was more cohesive. I think the characters were a little more grounded, and so I just like that a little bit more. I think that in terms of like whoosh enjoyment, like eating it up, I enjoyed Ties of Starlight a little bit more, and I could kind of just switch those two as much as I want, but right now I'm kind of going Wooing the Witch Queen in third place and Ties of Starlight in fourth. And then we have Willow of the Harvest that I didn't love. I feel like I'm missing one. But Willow of the Harvest. Oh, here's what I'm missing. So after Ties of Starlight, I would put, that's blue and purple one. It is Trapped by Magic. That one was okay. It was neither here nor there. I'm actually going to put Ties of Starlight right here. Like, so here's this next one.
and it was okay. There's a lot going on. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's not my genre. Like, if it was your genre, like, if it was my genre, I think I'd feel closer to how I feel about Ties of Starlight about it. And then I would put Willow the Harvest. You know my problems with that. And then finally, I would do A Forest of Memories. Not for me. Not at all.
0, 1. Let's get started.
So, I had a hard time with recommendations for some of these, but I came through for you, okay? So we're gonna go favorite to least favorite in terms of the book that I'm recommending for. So high tier ranked. That's the order we're gonna go in. So for Married by War, first, if you look here, you can see I put these lines. I think you might like Ties of Starlight if you like that, and vice versa. I think Ties of Starlight is more angsty than Married by War. I think that's the right word to use in this context. For Married by War, I also put The 12 Dancing Princesses by K.M. Shea specifically. I think, I haven't read that book in a long time, but I think the romance was very sweet. I think there was this, like, background of war going on, and I think I don't really remember. I feel like one character was more serious than the other. They are involved. I think you'll like that. And then I really just wanted to capture, like, the sweetness of the romance, because, like, that romance really captured my heart. And so I was sitting here, like, trying to think, like, what romance was similar to that? So I put Emily Wilde. I don't love that recommendation for this book, but there's that. I also put 10,000 Stitches. I think that had a really sweet romance. I think Olivia Atwater's stories in general, they have that similar sweet, very relaxing, very cozy vibes. Married by War is a very cozy book, which is kind of funny because it's about being married off to stop a war, but it's very cozy. And then next, I'm gonna do Accidental Courtship. I put Sands of Deceit. I think this is by Celeste Baxendale. I think that if you take An Accidental Courtship, okay, and then you put Rosanna as the main character and love interest, okay, so those are the prerequisites. Sands of Deceit is like a angstier version of An Accidental Courtship. Sands of Deceit is one of my favorite books. I actually have a signed copy of it. I am so lucky. And then I just really like the letter aspect of this book too, so I wanted to recommend Ella Enchanted for that. I think Ella Enchanted had a sweet letter aspect to it. I think the romance in them are very sweet, and like the characters in it are both pretty practical. I feel like Ella Enchanted is my favorite book. You might also like Ella Enchanted if you liked Married by War. Okay. Then I did Wooing the Witch Queen, and for that I was like Villains and Virtues all the way. It's like the first one's like called Thrown in the Dark. The Villains and Virtues is that like it has the similar tropey vibes, like really playing with the villainy, and I think it's like a better version of Wooing the Witch Queen, and I think if you like one of them, you'll like the other. Also, Villains and Virtues is so funny. Much funnier than this one. Like I said, I think Villains and Virtues is awesome. And then we got Ties of Starlight. For that, I put The Princess Game by by Lilene Cellier. This is a Sleeping Beauty retelling, one of my favorite. It's so good. If you like Celeste Baxendale's work, I think you'll like The Princess Game in general. And then, if you haven't read more Celeste Baxendale, I think you'll like the Runes of Pain and Peace series. I believe the first one's The Princess Captive, and the second one's The Princess Mage. And
I just think the relationship dynamic's very similar. I do definitely think if you like Ties of Starlight, you should dive into more of Celeste Baxendale's works. I personally love her Bewitching Fairy Tale series. Don't start with the first one though. I think you can tell she's just getting her footing as an author, but the second one's great. The third one's great. I think the only ones I don't really like is the first one, and then the Songs of Stone is okay. And then next I have Tied by Magic. This I put Voice of Magic, the Spoken Mage series, also by Marlene Sellier. I also read this a long time ago, and it's like one of the few academic, like in a school-based thing that I've read. So I don't remember the romance, but I remember like the magic system was pretty interesting and the plot was good. Yeah, there's a lot more to read than Tied by Magic, but you might like it. I don't know. Don't trust me on this recommendation, but if you're really desperate, go for it. And then for Will of the Harvest Moon, also by Marlene Sellier, I put The Princess Search. This is a better Ugly Duckling retelling. That one's so good. Oh, I loved that book. That book was delicious. And then for Forest of Stolen Memories, I just didn't want to recommend a book for this one because I hated that book so much. But I put Awakened by Camille Peters. This is also set in the woods, and it also has memory loss, and I remember enjoying it. Some of my favorite books come from this series thing. This one's not one of them, but some of them are. And you know what? If you want a recommendation from me, I would recommend that one for Forest of Stolen Memories, and that is what I have. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe you got some good recommendations. I am going to be doing another one of these. I already started it because I had to start reading right away after I finished Married by War this morning, but I wanted to wrap this video up. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. It'll probably be up like next week or something. I'm enjoying reading so much. I feel like I've read 7 books this week so far, like starting from Monday, and today's Friday, so that's a lot of books. Anyways, thank you to all these authors for writing these books. Thank you to Kindle Unlimited for existing. Thank you to my mom, because I just love her. And thank you to YouTube for hosting me, and thank you to you for watching, and I hope to see you in a later video. Bye!